For generations, the jungle kingdom of Tanzanga thrived under the peaceful, predictable rule of King Reuben. That stability collapsed when General Boris exploited the greed of the ministers to stage a coup, successfully imprisoning the royal family in their own dungeons. Princess Anastasia, only 5 years old at the time, escaped into the jungle and disappeared, leaving the throne empty and the people under a dictatorship. This flowchart maps the conventional path for an exiled royal. In a standard fairy tale, the princess waits in hiding for a prince to restore her status. But Anastasia chooses the bottom path. She seeks a master, undergoing rigorous combat training and mastering mindfulness. By choosing to arm herself rather than wait for a savior, Anastasia moves the story out of the fairy tale genre and into the structure of a superhero origin. Years later, Anastasia returns to the shadows of Tanzanga, reborn as a masked, caped vigilante known to the people as Super Asia. Her methodology focuses on direct intervention. She patrols the alleys at night, reclaiming tax money, and physically stopping soldiers from harassing the citizenry. These actions create a new mythology in the kingdom. Local children begin emulating her, treating Super Asia as a symbol of resistance against Boris's administration. By reclaiming the kingdom beat by beat, Anastasia secures her authority through kinetic, grassroots action, moving into the vacuum left by the absent monarchy. As resistance grows, Boris begins a targeted hunt for the vigilante, destabilizing his control. Within the administration, the Minister of Public Welfare, Mr Haruto, maintains a double life, operating as a secret loyalist to the imprisoned King Reuben. During a confrontation in the town square, Haruto identifies Super Asia as the long-lost princess. Folk stories often use a physical marker, like a birthmark, to prove a character's identity and automatically restore their social standing. This breakdown shows how Haruto utilizes that identifier. On the left, we see the traditional path where a birthmark confirms a right to rule. On the right, Haruto uses the constellation birthmark to verify a tactical alliance between his inside intelligence and Anastasia's physical force. A birthmark once meant to prove lineage becomes a tool for political espionage. The central challenge of the rebellion is neutralizing Boris without triggering the execution of the king and queen in the dungeons. Haruto provides a solution by targeting Boris's vanity. Every year, the dictator performs a stage play to celebrate his own greatness. The play creates a window of vulnerability. To be the star, Boris insists on being alone on stage, separated from his royal guard. When the curtains open, the audience finds Boris tied up on the floor. Anastasia is already sitting on the throne. While the soldiers are trapped in the locked theater, a rescue team extracts the king and queen from the dungeons. This climax functions as a bloodless heist, using his ego to bypass a traditional battle. Following the coup, Boris is imprisoned, Reuben and his wife are restored to the palace, and Anastasia is crowned as the new ruler of Tanzanga. At this point in a traditional narrative, the Super Asia persona has served its purpose and would be retired now that the law is restored. Instead, Anastasia maintains both roles. She manages the kingdom's laws by day and returns to the streets as a masked brawler by night. It is a rare conclusion that sees a sitting monarch continue to act as a street-level vigilante. This raises a question of power. Why does a queen with the authority to change the law still feel the need to wear a cape? This diagram illustrates the gap Anastasia must bridge. Systemic law provides long-term stability, but struggles through its dark corners. On the right, direct action provides immediate protection for the vulnerable, but it cannot sustain a whole society. Anastasia's dual identity suggests that true justice is not a choice between the two, but a synthesis of the throne and the alleyway. By maintaining both lives, Anastasia acknowledges that while the crown provides the law, the cape provides the presence that the law often misses.